Hello everyone, welcome back to Message from Your Guide. My name is Karen Kartika, transformational coach and holistic healer to deliver you the message from your guide today. Today is April 1st, 2024 as I'm recording this. Happy Easter for those of you who celebrate, and as well as happy month of April, or more importantly, April Fool's Day. Now, I don't know what the history is of the Fool's Day, but ever since I came to the United States, studying here, I always have to watch my back on the 1st of April because people just pull pranked. And sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not so funny. So, but luckily, I guess where I am now in the state and age that nobody's really doing that anymore. And today I want to bring another perspective of the Fool's Day because it so happened that April Fool's Day falls during Aries season. And if you have been studying, or if you're in the realm that I am, which is spirituality and metaphysical, and you're familiar with tarot cards, you know what the Fool's card in major arcana means, right? It's new beginning, taking that adventure, going in a journey. It's the card of the beginning. It's the zero. It's like unlimited possibilities. There's everything that I can do that can happen to me, and I'm just gonna go and do it. Same thing with Aries. Aries is also the Fool, or the first card, the first sign in the horoscope. It is the beginning. That's why the equinox in April, or the zero Aries, is the start of the horoscope astrological chart wheel. It is that energy of beginning. This week especially, after the lunar eclipse or the full moon, the energy might felt like, oh, it's coming down, and you're like, that's not really no beginning, kind of pushing. It's coming. In fact, it's or probably have come the last couple of days for you, where you're starting like, oh, okay, that's the spark again. The motivation, so the willpower is coming back, yay. And you're starting to see the bloom, the fresh energy starting to rise within you. And um and um and at the same time, you're also seeing yourself starting to feel like, but what I used to be excited about, it no longer excites me. And this feeling of new beginning, the initiation's energy, the spark, feels a little different. If you agree with that, please comment down below, click like, whatever it is. Because I'm sure, because what we've gone through the last couple of days is that Mercury was in shadow, and now today on April 4th, happy Fool's Day, everyone, Mercury went retrograde. So this Aries season is not like your typical Aries season, although do we ever have very typical Aries season with a cosmic dance? Probably not. What makes this special is because this Aries season is colored with eclipses, retrogrades, and a few other dance of the cosmic energies, the planets, that will make or mark or signals a huge change in our life starting this month. So if you are a manifester meaning you want to create the life that you desire, not just the manifestors in the human design term, although that's included, I invite you to really use this time, especially as I'm recording this, we're entering the last quarter phase of the moon before the new moon, which is going to coincide with the eclipse, to really be very diligent in answering every single questions that you have in your life right now. Why is this not working out for me? What is kind of pulling me forward? What is pushing me backward? What's pushing me to the side? What needs my attention? Now, one of my mentors said, ask better questions. So if you're noticing things are going into crisis or going into breakdowns, or you're noticing yourself resisting something, situations, people, especially in relationship a lot, ask the question, what is being shown to me here right now? What needs to be recognized? What I need my awareness on this situation. Not to ask why, not to, because the why then kind of go back into judging about, or especially if you've done a lot of healings, then you're going down the rabbit hole of like, okay, who can I blame now? Is it my past life or my parents or my inner child and things like that, which I'm not judging on any of those process because I do it myself. Yeah. But what you would like to take to from this period of time is what you can assert within yourself. Say, hey, you know what? Okay, this is the situation. The situation is created because I have maybe limiting belief on certain things. I have attachment in certain behaviors or habits. I have this way of thinking or perceiving things or judging things, and whatever they are, or maybe self-sabotage. Things like, doing things to shows that you're a hard workers, the workaholics within you, or the people pleasing within you, or the not feeling not enough that encourage you to then do more, please more, or hide more, whatever they are, right? Make note of all of this that have created the situation or the crisis or the breakdown that you're experiencing today. Or it may not all of those three. It could also be that something like, I'm ready for more. I'm ready to shine the light of what I can create more out of this life. What is calling me to start manifesting? Is it more money? Is it a new place to live, or a move to a different state or countries, or seeing yourself with a more gorgeous presentation of yourself, or you know in your ideal or perfect weight, or being with your perfect or ideal partners, right? So when you're ready for all of this, start to notice, okay, well, this is what I want now. If you don't have anything that's, in crisis, breaking down and things like that, or if you have those, you say, okay, what's here that I need to start tweaking? Yeah. What do I need to let go? Who I need to forgive? Who I need to love more, but maybe not having to deal with their negativity or being in their presence. Any kind of attachment I have, it's certain patterns, habits, way of thinking, judging things. Things like, oh, I can't really do it until dot dot dot. Oh, I can't really, let it go because I still need to be for this person, or I still have to continue in this job. Now, what we're being asked during this eclipse is really breaking down any type of limitations that have been holding us back for the longest time, maybe throughout our entire life, and allowing what the universe wants to show us as possibilities, things that you've never experienced before. If you have been asking yourself, what do I want? Then maybe really pick up the Pinterest, go to your Google search, and start typing in anything that comes into your mind. Like, what do you really want to experience, for example, in traveling? Where can I? So break it down to ask better question, right? All right, so this one thing that I have not experienced in my life this year is to travel internationally. I haven't traveled to myself. I haven't traveled to Middle Eastern. Well, probably not a good idea right now. So another part, I haven't gone to Eastern European countries. So I could just easily go into like, oh, okay, what's an experience that I can see possible for me or exciting for me to travel to Eastern European? If owning a business is not an experience that you have before, then maybe start thinking like, okay, what does it feel like? What will it take or what does it feel like for me to own my business? What will that look like? What will that make me feel? And start exploring there. So now take a pause for a moment as I'm giving you all this exciting Aries, the Fool of jumping, new adventure. Notice what is holding you back. What is that small voice that say, "Oh, it's not possible"? Or notice in your physical life what is limiting you to be present for what's possible. So it can come through your reality in the physical plane. It can come through your mind, especially the subconscious mind, where you hold your habits, limiting beliefs, patterns, right? Emotional. What have you not processed or let go emotionally so you can feel the excitement? Because sometimes it's hard to ask what you want if you are not in touch with a part of you that can feel joy, hope, excitement, happiness. Because then what you want could be dampened with all these unprocessed emotions that maybe right now asking you to just feel the grief, the sadness, so that you can process it, so that you can let it go. I mean, there's a lot of tools that I can give, which is part of the services that I offer in the Refresh and Rejuvenate session for healing, which you can find in the show description below. Okay. But what I want to impart you, especially during this time, I keep being reminded over and over again. It's just like one person said it, another person said it again, and it's just like, okay, I just need to write this down. It said here, change is inevitable, but transformation is a choice. I think the person who created this statement is Heather Ash Amara, which I adore because she is a kind of like a warrior goddess, and she does have a program called Warrior Goddess, which I just love because it shows the warriorness, the the courage, the boldness that we have as women, but in deep seated in this very female authentic energy that sometimes we probably think that, oh, being a female in that female energy means surrendering, flowing. But in fact, within that surrender and flow, there's courage. There's that boldness that's warrior like, that's required for us to be that. So, change is inevitable, transformation is a choice. If you're feeling that whatever, if I'm speaking to you right now, I know if you're listening to me, you probably have done a lot of personal development, healing, spiritual growth, and you've done a lot of work on yourself. And sometimes you're asking, like, oh, okay, how many more of this work do I have to do? Is the universe playing prank on me? And why am I having so much resistance in stepping into your authentic self, in embracing this world, this desire of life that you really want? And my invitation to you is continue doing your work, whatever work that has helped you to get you where you are today. But I want to give you some additional tools today to help you to practice during this time, which I personally do myself because I'm using everything to move forward to the next phase. I am not putting anything left on the table. Okay, so I hope you do the same thing. Now, so what are these tools or practice that you can do First, having a daily rituals that allow you to set intention, that manage your focus, and prioritize anything that you need to prioritize, including your self-care. Okay? Because this is the time that we do not want to give up, burn out, and have to repeat the burnout process, which we all know once we burn out, it takes a while for us to pick up our energy. So be really careful. And at the same time, having the ritual or having a container that can help you to focus your intentions, because we are living in the world with a lot of distractions, with a lot of people are saying or doing so many things and offering us so many things. And if you are in this container of change, it's really easy to get pulled here and there and here, and then we lose focus in our goals. So find a way, find a ritual. I myself like to write down, jot down everything that I want, and I'm putting everything on my Google Calendar and blocking times, because if it's not blocked on my calendar, there's a chance that I will not attend to it. So whatever it is that you need to do, go do it. 2, nurture your nervous system. Now, this is something that is very important, especially in this time, tumultuous time, where we can get easily be jolted with news, or things are shifting too fast, or too slow, and we get stressed out. Our nervous systems are triggered. We are either fighting, resisting, flighting, hiding somewhere, fawning, projecting that, oh, there's nothing wrong with me, and then trying to please other people so that you can detach yourself from the situation, or freezing totally. I have those moments, not gonna lie, I have those moments where I'm just gonna go mindless. I'm just gonna go mindless, watch some Netflix, that's it. Which there's no judgment in any of the survival coping mechanism. It is a survival coping mechanism which keep us safe from time to time. However, because of the amount of triggers in our external, or including internally, because we do trigger ourselves with our own thoughts. The things that we're like having anxieties over, or paranoia because, oh my God, I haven't turned off or I forgot to lock the car. Maybe sometimes I'm like having to like go click several times to make sure that I lock my car. That kind of things will trigger your nervous system, will create that stress reaction, will create that coping mechanism, will trigger the coping mechanism. So if we are not careful of bringing ourselves back into that normal state again, then we're always in a state of stress. Our nervous system is working really hard for us. So more and more, especially during time of change, that we have to care of our nervous system, whether it's through breathing, whether it's through meditation, breath work, yoga, massage. Make sure that you put in a daily ritual to nurture your nervous system. Okay? 3, remember your essence. Now, all of this I'm also going to put in the show descriptions below. There's going to be a link for the written messages of this message, or written just a written blog that accompany this video that you can refer to, so that you can have something to read. Number 3 is remember your essence, that you are love. Your energy, you were born with the energy of love. You're whole. There's really nothing changed from that, aside that we started to develop our own consciousness. Okay? So if you remember that you are love, then you start to notice, start to remember that being in love, especially unconditional love, because that's what we are, there's really nothing wrong with us. We're whole. And bring that love back to you. Keep expanding it, loving your body, loving your cells, loving your organs, loving your thoughts, loving your little freckles, loving every single thing about you. Bring that love back to you, because that's what we need to refuel ourselves. okay? Because if we don't refuel or remember ourselves, because our vitality comes with first not having the nervous system always expanding a lot of energy, right? Being hijacked and spending a lot of energy. When the nervous system becomes soothed and goes back into that normal or the neutral state, then we can have the energy and our energy back. And to put in more energy, all you have to do is just draw that love back to you. Loving yourself doesn't mean that you have to go soak, which is also good, in the bathtub all the time, but just loving yourself to little things. If you hurt yourself, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I hate myself. I love you, fingers. Sorry, I love you. So little things like that can bring that bring that remembrance of who you are and allow the energy of love to come back to you and refuel you. And the number 4 is practice forgiveness. Notice when I hit myself, I say, I'm so sorry, my body, I hurt you. There's a beautiful Ho'oponopono prayer, which I've spoken about before, which I hope that you are using, because it's a very simple prayer. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Encapsulate everything that you need to draw in that unconditional love back to you. So little things as you're going through your day, you're noticing that your negative thoughts come in, and you said, you know what? Even without trying to send that and prayer to anyone, anything, just say the prayer. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you, and allow that vibration to lift you up. Now, one of my mentor actually prescribed this prayer when I was about to board an airplane. He said, whenever there's a turbulence, just say the prayer and the turbulence will go away. I kid you not, it worked. Okay? So I was having some turbulences about 2 weeks ago in my trip, like real life turbulence, not on not on the airplane, but the turbulence in a relationship with somebody else. And during that tension, that time, I did not even trying to project this prayer to this person. I just keep saying it. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. The tension dissipates. We are back into ourselves when at that time we both were triggered into that. We're going to either fight this or we're going to just freeze or, flying to different corner. Well, in fact, we have to be in the same room and to do our work. So when I was reciting that prayer, suddenly the energy starting to calm down within me, and I noticed that it's also coming down in the room. So I know that it's also coming down the other person. Now, something like that help then to make the right actions, because how many times we're going into conflicts, we're going into tense time, especially in a relationship or in relating with other people, that we then charge with something that then we will do something that we will regret. So practice forgiveness first and foremost to yourself, to the situation that you're in. Doesn't have to always be the other person, but it's always good to also do that for others. Okay? So it's magical tools, don't forget. And another magical tools that you can use to embrace gratitude. You can shift your perspective at any moment with gratitude. Part of the setting the intention ritual in the morning, that I also use gratitude, so that I know that I am not coming into an intention from a place of lack, of scarcity, or survival, because I'm starting my intention coming from a place that I'm abundant, that I know I have everything that I need, that I am now creating, not responding to something of what's going on in my life. That's the intention that I'm talking about. So it's all laid out in a book that I always recommend, and I'm putting the link again in down below, or in the blog, the written part of this video. So yeah, That's are the 5 tools that I want you to have to go through this time. I hope that you use it. This is the last quarter of the moon phase, as I mentioned. It's a great time to reassess, compose, commit to what is going to create the life that you desire moving forward. So let's go into the cards, so because I want to make this reading to be something that you can take away as what is this that I can compost and what it is that I can commit to. All right, so let's begin. Ground ourselves, take a deep breath in and hold and breathe out. Take another deep breath in and hold and breathe out. One last one. Take another deep breath in and hold and let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Exhale out. Now we're in the neutral state. Let's pick your card. First card. Try to get a message if this is a yes or a no for you. So look through your mind's eyes. Any sensation arrives in your body that can indicate a yes or a no for you. Wonderful. Card number 2. Take notice, sense in your body, your energy, any visuals, any feeling, sensation that say it's a yes or a no card for you. Wonderful. And card number 3. Oh. Wonderful. Take a deep breath in. Is it a yes? Is it a no? Yay! Remember, what are we composting and what are we committing? So for all of you who are receiving card number 1, this is the card which is fumus or smoke. And when I see this card, it's a playful of color, but it's like something is covering you. Something is giving that illusion that is something behind. There's something behind the smoke that preventing you from seeing something, right? That's what smoke is. When you see smoke, especially if you're in the bathroom and there's you see a lot of you have your water heater, and then all of a sudden you get all this. It's not really smoke, I forgot what it's called, but you know what I mean. It's similar to, hopefully you never have to experience a fire smoke, which can also have that same experience of it. Suddenly you're clouded, you can't see through things. You can see, if you even notice in the mirror especially, then you start to see, I can't see through it. So that's a smoke. This can also be a warning of there's something that is covering, because the smoke can cover the scent of what is happening around you, right? A smell of a smoke can cover the real scent. For example, if you burn an incense, the smell of the incense cover the room, hide the real smell of the room. Okay, so are you composting through smoke? This card urges you to compose any illusion or distraction that cloud your judgment. You have to let go of any false perception of not being able to see, is not being clear, not owning, because sometimes this, I'm not sure, it's unclear. It come from this fear of not wanting to claim a stake of what it is that you want. It's so easy to just say it's unclear. I don't know. I don't have any hint or signs. Well, in fact, maybe the universe has given you so many signs. So let go of the illusions that, first of all, you do not know what you want. Maybe you don't, but you can always find. Ask better question what it is that you want. Maybe you don't have to ask it so generally. Pick an area where you notice that you're not so happy about. What would it take for me to create more happiness in the area of love? What would it take for me to create more happiness or abundance in the area of money or finance? What would it take for me to have a great relationship with my children? What will it take for me to have more time in the world? It shifted it, right? From what do I want to really look into the details. What are the things that now can get you more excited about? So let go of the false pretense of not seeing through. It's time. Do whatever it is you need to take healing, hypnotherapy, breath work, soul retrieval, name it, but the smoke screen needs to go. It is obscuring your path. Maybe it has been obscuring your path for a long time. So I encourage you to do whatever it is you need to release any attachment of these illusions or whatever it is that prevent you from seeing the truth, your truth, who you really are, who you are, what you're capable of, your highest potential. Okay? Now, I actually use a different card to ask for what you need to commit, which is the life force. Beautiful flower card of life force. The funny thing about this card is I was reading the description because immediately when you say life force, it's like, oh yeah, I need more energy, bring it more. And I have been a practitioner of Reiki for a long time. I've done meditation, pranic healings. I understand about life force and energy. And yet, even in my practice, I can still feel tired. Tired in the sense that I have a very low energy, lethargy. Now, so what happened there? Because when I was not willing to face the challenges, the obstacles in front of me, and I chose to hide, to have fears, to play safe and small on myself, my life force, as much as I was doing Reiki, harnessing energy, channeling the energy, there will be times that yes, the energy is back, but I will be depleted very fast after that. So this card means commit to come forward and face your fear. Because if you are composting the illusions, that means that illusion is there because there are some fears that you are not willing to face. The fear is that having that smoke in front of you keeps you safe, right? No judgment. I've been there as well. But when you actually say, okay, you know what? I want to see what the other side of this illusions. What it is that call forward. All this red, it feels like happiness. Red is boldness, something that is like passionate, right? Aries. It's also ruling planet is Mars, red. Oh, aggressive, very bold, very warrior-like. It's passion. So if you are interested in finding out what it is or what it feels like to have that real life force within you, that passion within you, then take the step to face and break through every single obstacles you have in your life. Once my mentor said, your ill is your pill. And what it means is whatever that is that you have to go through, the pain, the resistance, the heartbreak, the loss that you have to go through is your medicine. If you keep resisting that pain, that medicine, or feeling like, oh, here I am, the victim again, then you never understand the medicine. Okay? Because what I want you to ask as you're going through every single thing that you have to break down or break through, that what is here for me to experience next? What is this that I have not experienced before that are ready for me to experience? Because the opposite of pain is health. The opposite of heartbreak is love. The opposite of loss, gaining something, right? So be there for everything that you need to be there for. Allow the life force be restored to you as the energy that come as you clearing out all these things that you need to clear out. That you finally say, you know what? I'm ready to go through the breakdown, the heartbreak, the loss, the initial kind of pain of probably have to go through the the health breakdown or the pain that you have to go through from. I just imagine like going to the dentist and having whatever that toothache be taken care of, which never comfortable, right? But what will come after that will be something that you are inherently here to experience happiness, joy, health, wealth, whatever it is. Okay? So restore your power, take back your power. But really, right now, what you must do, commit to go through every obstacles that's on your way with, strength, with 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 gusto, with boldness, with I'm not gonna shrink myself. I'm not gonna feel small. I'm not gonna see myself as a victim. In fact, I'm inviting this obstacle to show me what's in it for me. All right? Okay, affirmation for you to use. I am resourceful. The universe has my back. I can overcome anything. And if you like to work with crystal or gemstone, ruby or garnet, anything red will give you that passion and courage and dispelling any doubt and insecurity within yourself. And it reminds you the enduring power of love to sustain you through any type of challenges. Okay? All right, card number 2, Pluto. Well, when this card shows up, I'm like, I like Pluto. But Pluto, in your card today is something that you have to let go, which I can understand because Pluto can also represent the darkness, the shadow, the underworld, the hidden fears, that hidden attachment, that this hidden moodiness or darkness, or like I have to really go deep in this melancholy to because that's who I am kind of thing. That could also be Pluto. Let it go, compost it. Compose means that you use those deep healing, deep emotion, deep hidden things, because you know what composting is too, right? Although it's something that you discard, it provides nutritions for what you are growing next. Because when you're composting, you use all your life experience, all the heart wrenching, the pain, the sorrow that you felt, understood so hard and so much, which also remind me of Chiron, right? The pain that you know will never ever go away because it is part of who you are. The pain that you can use to then help others. So funny thing is, I think at one point Pluto, I'm starting to remember, is Pluto's gonna conjunct, no, there's no conjunction with Chiron, but the eclipse is going to trigger Chiron. So Know that all this pain that you have experienced throughout your life, the traumas, instead of amplifying it Pluto style in the underworld, it's a subconscious and like, oh yeah, this is so dark, it's within me. Use it as the compost that will sprout your next identity, your life work, your offerings, or be the compost on the path that it then becomes a garden that you walk through, right? Imagine that garden to be their paradise coming from the things that you're composting today, detaching from anything or any fear that holds you down, old patterns, habits, especially. That's what I just remember. With Pluto, there's some habits that can create that escapade, not escapade in Neptune way of like disillusionment, but escaping in materialism, making yourself feel good in a way that you're actually escaping. No judgment, but we all do that sometimes, right? Compulsion, that things have to go your way. The power struggle that no longer serve you, your highest good, let it go. Okay? Confront your shadows, embrace the process of transformation, which is also Pluto, but in a happy, flowery way. I think this is why I am picking up this card to help with what you're committing to. When you see this picture, you see flowers in general. There's kind of joy, right? Venus in Pisces right now. So anything that gives you that sense of sensuous, luxurious, happiness, joy, color, beauty, prettiness, commit to that. And for this, the card is said, oh, sorry, not this one. A more beautiful card is surrendering. And this card, all right, going back. Still pretty, right? But this is the right card. This is surrender. And what does it mean by surrendering? Trusting the process. When you're going through and composting a lot of the subconscious work as or the shadows, part of the detaching all of that pattern habits, it's you have to also let go the part of you that hiding behind all of those. Any type of shadows, including when I was explaining in the other card of coping mechanism. Not the other card actually, when I was talking about all the tools, practices that I said. Any coping mechanism, any shadows often are part of what keeps us safe. So when we have to work on letting them go, we have to somewhat trust, have the ability on trusting something beyond us that are inviting us to do the work that we need to do, required for us to do in letting them go. So here the card is asking you to surrender, to trust in the process, trust in the guidance from the divine, trust that whatever is breaking down in the moment, it is meant to be. Okay? Trusting and surrendering here doesn't mean that you just ignores any signs or any guidance or any energy that wants you to take on action. Okay? Surrendering means you're actively pursuing things that may not be familiar or logical or make sense to you, but you're feeling you're being guided to do or to take. So this is a calling for self-discovery, or if or not just self-discovery, but renewing your commitment to who you are authentically, opening your mind, and giving up any limiting beliefs that prevent you to trust fully on your divinity or in the divine. Okay? The affirmations on this card is I am one with the universe, I am guided, I am protected, I am where I need to be, and the right time, the right place. The gemstone that you can work with is how light. Oh, somehow this today doesn't wanna. Oh, right there. How light. It's a calming property. This crystal, this stone has a calming property, and it dispels any anxiety and encourage persistence in overcoming challenges. Yay. Now card number 3. I promise there was no mistake. Card number 3. It is the silver. And when I'm showing this, this is what the first one is what you need to compost, okay? Something about silver. Silver always comes second after gold if you ever trade in metals, precious metals as an investment. Silver price was always trailing behind gold. But at one point when gold was super expensive, silver raised in rank, but it never ever go above or beyond gold. Something about this surface of the silver is always shiny, that you can almost see your own reflection like a mirror. Something about silver, it feels cold and dense, not as joyful or shiny like gold. Yeah. However, gold and silver are that in that level of what we call the upper echelons of the metal, the precious metal, that are being traded until today, from ancient time to until today, as a way of as an investment, as a trade of as an asset that you can trade for value. Value means money, right? Treasures. Now, why am I composting something precious then? What we need to compose here is part of this, the silver message is try composting being the second best, because silver has its own value, but it doesn't always have to come as a second. Okay, what does that mean? Need to let go of all this. Oh, I can't be that. I'm just going to be the second best, or I'm just gonna hide. I'm just gonna be good for others, reflect the goodness on others, but I'm hiding behind this silver because I don't want to shine. I don't want to put myself out there. So if you are feeling that you always want to just, which there's no problem if you are actually thriving as being the second best or being the one behind the scene. However, if you have been called to take life more as you, the star of your own life, not other person, but you, right? Because this is your life and you need to be the star of it, then you need to compose any self-doubt or limiting beliefs that clouding the perception of who you truly are, the mirror that continue reflecting other people, but never really reflecting who you truly are because you're hiding behind it. So you need to shed the weight of any self-esteem issues, not being confident on who you are, negative self-talk that you have, and most importantly, when you understand gold is like that bright. When somebody is calling themselves, oh, I'm this, are able to share their light like a gold, there's a lot of love that they give to themselves. People who are so comfortable being out there and being the light for others without sacrificing themselves knows how to love themselves truly, honestly, fully, authentically. Because when you are able to love or give love to others, shine bright without condition, without any limitations, it means that you accept yourself and love yourself more. Trust me, I'm a Leo. That's one of the shadow that I have to work in myself, because Leo needs to be comfortable being out, in the spotlight. But I can't be in the spotlight when I don't know how to love myself, because then I love others for others, not something that comes truly, honestly, authentically from me out there to others. Because when you're trying to please others for others, then you take your own energy and give it away to others. And that's when you're starting to feel you're burning out, your life force never returns to you, and you're depleted, and you figure out, why am I doing this when I know that the intention is right, being of service, but I am depleted? So if you're in that place where you know you have a great heart, you have a great intentions, and being able to offer your service to others, then really pay attention on how you are loving yourself and how you are bringing vitality within yourself. Okay? What do you need to commit to? Back this card, abundance. Okay? Now, this card has also come a lot, especially for me and a lot of clients that I'm working with with the feeling of, I don't have what it takes. I don't have enough to be able to afford that. I don't have enough within me to do dot dot dot. While in fact, you actually have, I have what it takes to create, especially the invitation to create is really strong right now during this phase. Okay? So one thing that this card wants to remind you is to believe in yourself, your inner strength, and inner abilities. In fact, the affirmation that I need you to start telling yourself or reciting is that I am abundant. God or universe is my unfailing supply. Abundance is within me, always with me, and channeled through me. Okay? Gemstone or the crystals that you can work with is jade. It has a really large supply of energy, has a magical effect on whoever is carrying it or owning it or wearing it. In any conflict situation, jade will help avoid a breakdown and allow you to solve the problem without aggressive emotions. It'll keep you cool, keep you chill, it softens the anger, relaxes you, and lower the level of anxiety. Who does not need that? Okay? All right. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am so looking forward to what is coming through you through this portal season. I would like to hear from you, so write down on the comment below. Email me. I also put my email information there if I can be any help. My service offerings are also in the show's descriptions, as well as in my blog and the written portion of this video. Until next time, I'll see you later. Take care.